Hey guys, let's look at a game. This is my favorite YouTube guy, Dr. Baduk, and he's playing a 20-second video game with, I can't pronounce the name of it. It's a world champ. Was it probably not this year's world? I don't know what year, but he's a top-notch player. And we've seen Dr. Baduk beat top guys, Cho Khan, all these people. I mean, he's great player, so we're expecting a good game. Pardon me. When I watch these games, I kind of want to show this from my perspective. I think a lot of strong players, when they review games, they're looking at so many details. I just can't do that. That's not my style. That's not how I play Go. So we'll be looking at this from my point of view. We're looking mostly at the Whitestones, who is the Dr. Baduk fellow. Okay. We know there's tons of possibilities here. He just chooses this one. Still, lots of possibilities. He chooses this one. A little bit interesting. We'll go into detail, and then black takes Sente and plays over here, and we see black building a very large half the board framework. No rush to come in. Okay. This sort of move is encouraging for me to see. He's not saying, oh, we better get in there as quickly as we can. No, take your time, get your group strong, maybe approach first, just, one thing at a time. Okay. Right away, black, we see the first statement. Black's here for outer influence. Okay. Which fits, of course. So white's going to be playing this way, maybe this idea, trying to make the outside wall not great. But he starts with the kick, saying, if I'm going to play these moves, I may as well take the corner as I do it. So out he comes. The corner now belongs to white. Let's just double check our math here. There's no cut here. So if black tries to live, we can just go forward killing the group. Okay, so it's white's territory if he wants it. Okay, white doesn't want black getting really big, thick outside influence. So he wants to do something to break it. This is one idea. And this is the other idea. He chooses this one. After all, area 1 is the main area black's going after. So this makes sense. Black jumps in. This really surprised me. I've never seen this. And as soon as I was thinking that, the doctor says, what's this? I haven't seen this. So he's working it out. Now, we know that we can't live in there if white doesn't want us to. So why is black doing it? In order to get a better outside. Okay, now I don't know how that's going to happen. But one thing at a time. Stop black from connecting under. Now we have a lot of cuts. So we're going to fix a cut, and we want to do it while affecting the outside. Okay. Now we're getting thick to the outside. Finally, black says, do you want a small corner and let me have a nice outside? Well, of course not. No. Looks like I'm going to have to let you live. White, black, white. Black plays away for a minute, and then here, asking another question. You have some cuts here. What are you going to do about that? Well, I'm going to go to kill you. I'm going to play a Sente move, save one cut in Sente, save the second cut in Gote. Black lived in Sente. Wow. That's impressive. What else happened? Oh, Black's outside's been torn to pieces. He has no outside thickness at all. Okay, see how it goes next. Black starts a process here. For instance, let's just look at a couple of Giuseppes. Black again has wonderful outside, working great in all directions. Well, white doesn't like that one bit. So white goes for the, I'll say, the normal Giuseppe. Now, when I saw this, I had a certain picture in my mind because there's a Giuseppe here that we just don't see much. And I personally don't know it very well. I wasn't expecting it. So here we come, Atari, capture, fill, black captures the stone, we cut, and now let's look at the normal Giuseppe. White comes out to settle, and white finishes settling. And then black can do whatever. He's alive on top, and the ace stones aren't very valuable to anyone at the moment. But there's a thing here. Yeah, white settles. Yeah, all's fine. But black has Sente. That's one negative. Also, this game is all about white thickness. Black got a ton of stuff in the bottom left. If we don't use what we have, it's not like, oh, I have thickness. That thickness is worth 10 points. No, it's like it's for fighting outside. That's what thickness is for. So white uses this Giuseppe, which I just don't know very much. Like there's the Atari. If we save, it'll be a lot of trouble. So white gets out, threatening to kill. White gets out. Notice the A group. In the center, no base, and at the moment, no eyes, not even one. And white center thickness can be used for fighting. Like, okay, that makes sense. Few other things going on. This corner is actually, this black group's about to die, actually. Probably here. Okay, white got a nice top area. Well, that's kind of like big for white, right? So in this position, it's black's move. He's saying, okay, one thing at a time. White says, I'm still going to, then settle while attacking. So the next move in the sequence would be here. But white to play, and what? If we simply start a fight in the center, black will settle actually easier than we will. That we need to repeat that. If we start the fight, the black stones look healthier and more out than the white stones do. So the fight at this moment isn't very useful. So we start using our white stones over here. I'm going to kill that. So the bottom left area is mine if you don't be careful. Yeah, I don't want that, so I'll run out. Next move for white is hard for me. Let's look at some possibilities. White A, I'm getting a base, take away black's base, threaten to connect under. Maybe that's what I would do. That sounds like meat and potatoes. I'm getting a base, stopping your base. Next move, I'm connected under. Sounds good. D, I'm getting out and making it hard for you. Okay. C, I'm being very aggressive. I think I'm going to surround and kill you. Well, that's a pretty aggressive thing to be saying. It's most likely not going to work. B's interesting. What is this saying? It says, go ahead and get out. This is the game, by the way. Go ahead and get out. I don't really mind. That seems to me to be a strange thing to say. So that's when from my point of view, when I'm reviewing someone's game, that I feel that I know them, I know how they play, it lets me ask better questions. It's like, if this white move simply allows black to, it's not a fast run out, but he's running out, then what's it doing? Well, then I notice a few things. We have a white wall here that is doing a lot of work against the A stone in the future. We're getting ready to chase that group. Okay. Doesn't seem like enough. That's not a big statement yet. Well, also, this black move is not a great move for living, and it's a slow step for running. So white plays a big step, black plays a small step. Okay, this is in white's favor. Starting to make some sense. White plays here. I wouldn't have found that move in a million years. We're not making a base. We are saying, I'm going to play strong in this area. I'm going to have a group I can trust. Okay. Well, what about playing here? Well, yeah, but that makes it easy for black. Okay. How about here? Original idea. Well, still, black has easy moves now. So this settles or helps to settle and makes it a little difficult for black. Okay. I understand. It's not something that would come to my mind to play. So when I see it, I'm like, okay, how can I incorporate this into my thinking? Black, white fixes. Black, white comes out. Okay, that makes sense. And now we're seeing the formation of two weak groups, neither of which can be sacrificed. Okay, we're doing a splitting attack here, attacking two groups at once. Okay. Okay. Get out. Don't get cut. That's a ladder in our favor. Okay, let's get a group out. Make sure we're out because we have no eyes there yet, right? On the left, no eyes. So we get out. And now we see a bunch of cuts in black shape. We start in on that. Okay, all makes sense. Okay. Capture. Okay, what's the end result? Our A group out in numerous ways. We're out, on top of which his B stones are very weak, so we're not concerned about our A group. This A group, very out, can't be cut. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here in our groups. Let's look at his groups. His B stones, so far, just one eye. His C group, no eyes. His D group, weak, but we need to run in order to make that good. So all of this is in white's favor. Black's not thinking, oh, white's so weak, I'm going to come after him. Oh, I can't wait to attack that group. No. He's thinking, I got some groups to be careful of. Okay. White starts this at Sente, right? Making black live. Then we run out. That's important, since we have no eyes. And it's a chase. All right. We see the knight's move. Black's running with the knight's move. That's weak. How do we punish that? Punish it this way. Now, there's various ways to hurt this, to punish the knight's move. But notice the relationship between A and B and the work they're doing together against the C group. So it's really a beautiful sequence here. Fix Hane. We can Hane because we're not dealing with a weak group. We're dealing with chasing a weak group. So now we know that proverb, don't run with the knight's move. Running means you're weak and you're running away. Well, if you do that with the knight's move, your weak group is cut. So we don't like running with the knight's move because we're going to get cut. But the proverb also says chase with the knight's move. Well, chasing means he's the weak one. I don't care if I'm cut. Please fight me. I want you to fight me. You're the weak one, not me. So we chase with the knight's move, but we don't run with it. That was obvious, but I stated it anyway. Black comes down, and we see our A group totally feeling it. Okay. Let's just look at a couple options for white. How different ways of defending here. Coming under, we'll probably get an eye there, and then a second eye, like on capturing one of these stones. Okay. Now it seems a bit low and submissive. Hopefully we can find a better way. Next idea, we're going to go this way. And hey, we picked up those 4 stones. We're alive with 2, 4, it's 3 stones, 6, 8, let's call it 8 points. Okay. But we did help black an awful lot. Okay. So what can we do to help our A group and bother? How many groups does he have there? It's his B group we're after, and the C stone may or may not turn into a group. That's not the same thing. It's cut right there. So white goes for the cut. Sure. Yeah. Through. Now he had to do some reading here. We'll follow it through. Sorry, run out. Okay. Notice we're naturally capturing the A stones. Atari, that's where the reading came in. Can we save our stone? He thinks yes. I'm surrounding you. Atari. Atari back. Ko. Well, there's no choice there. Got to capture. Co-threat. I'm going to cut and kill the bottom. Okay. I can't do any, he can't respond. So, assuming black cuts, the A stones die, which means the B stones live. It's a big switch. What does white get out of the deal? It looks like messing up the whole CD stones, how weak they're becoming, big territory on the left, as well as the fight against the E-stones. So white says, I've got plenty going on here. Go ahead, take my stones. Starts the killing procedure. We have to save our stones, save them this way. Okay. He cannot escape. His A-stones can't get out. But therefore, time to save the B group. Notice through this fight, his A group is quite surrounded, close to death. And white's naturally developing area 1, perhaps area 2. These are both very big areas. And one big part of this whole equation is this is Sente to kill. I'm just going to put it here so we can look easily. And then we look at black's 2 A-stones. They're entirely behind enemy lines, and they're really quite thin. So that's a big part of the equation. So white starts out getting his group out, and white would love huge, big area, however white plays it. So black comes out, necessary. White saving his group. That's really big. Okay. Okay, let's hone in and fight. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to save. Let's save. There's a little bit of surprise here. This is the natural move, right? But in just one move, we see black having 2 eyes. Boom, boom, 2 eyes. Okay. So white says, no, I don't think you're alive yet. You do not have 2 eyes. I'm going to continue the pressure. Black. Okay. So if white cuts, the idea is black has his 2 eyes. Okay. So black's living smaller and not yet alive. White goes to the next thing. Okay. Tricky one. Black says, I'll take the A stone, you take the B stones, but that means I'm living in your area. We'll watch that happen. Yeah. Black lives, and then white comes down. Life. And black just said, you can't save A, I'm claiming life. Go ahead and take the B stones, I don't care. Instead, black comes to the bottom right. We know he's feeling uncomfortable there. And he starts in trying to accomplish something. A lot of tricky stuff here. White's weak, black's weak. Okay, white gets out. Okay. White is defending the A group. The idea being if black tries to surround, it's Atari and double Atari. So this is defense. And the big lot of ideas here. Okay, he says Atari. Now, there's a really cute Tsuji here. White captures. Black says Atari. White saves, black captures. So there's a real shortage of liberties here. So white comes back and says, okay, I'll just take these. Yep, take them. And white still has to get out and live. Got out. Good. Just some corner, because this group's not alive either. Right? Yeah, this group's not alive either. Kill the corner. Atari, very awkward shape. White is barely alive, if alive. Oh, he's alive because he can always take these two. And black can't cut here because that's Atari. Okay, so there's a lot of details here, right? Black comes down, saving this group. And white starts in down here. White just goes for some simple life. Okay, our job is to live. But just before we do, we can get this forcing move in. Connect up. Black's in trouble here, so he's really trying to do something. Okay, let's live. Great. Got to life. Now let's look at something else. Let's assume white plays here and black, we're just going to have black do a life thing. Atari, save. Atari, save. I'm gonna kill you if you take Atari. Wow, my whole group comes back to life. I know there's more to it than that, but we're looking at basic stuff here. So boom. Oh, black's really getting in trouble here. There's some close calls. All I'm saying is white plays here and we see why, using up liberties. And it also stops black from cutting, right? There's no cut there now. Black tries to get something going. No, thank you. Save the cut, using up a liberty. And black says, yeah, I need you to not use up my liberties so quickly. White doesn't want to get cut. This saves the cut. Save this cut in Sente. Now we have the entire black group, bottom right, struggling for life. White, Sente, 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 live, and then start in with the removing eyes. And here black resigns. He tries to save the stones. He's got no eyes at all. Pardon me. And this sort of thing doesn't work because you say double Atari, then Atari, Atari, then the bottom dies, which brings white back to life again on the bottom left. So that doesn't work either. So I just thought it was a really interesting game. A lot of things I could learn from it. Okay, I hope you learned something too. Catch y'all later. Bye.